Good day, everyone. Ali is here from Safi Financial Network. Today is November 15, 2023. Here is another daily analysis starting with the S&P 500 daily chart. So we had kind of like a pause day, I should say, for S&P 500. We just had like a 1.40 dollar down for today. It's pretty nothing basically. Flat day. So however, if you just zoom in here, you notice that there is a small shooting star on top, exactly at the certain level that I mentioned before, 45.12 to 45.43. Exactly, market just reach out this level and coming back down. So I should say that's gonna be a potential scenario for a corrective move to the downside. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if market is just going down a shallow correction to here. I'm not expecting a deep correction to here. No, not at all. I'm just expecting a shallow corrective move. The first scenario is going to be here, somewhere around 44.30, but the deeper corrective move could be somewhere around 4400. So 4400, I should say, that's going to be great spot for S&P 500 to complete the correction. That can take 4 to 5 days. So if we are at day one, so expect more downside move for the next 4 or 5 days, and then we'll see how it goes with the market. But again, that's not going to be guaranteed that we are getting to the correction, but any correction to the downside could be a great buying opportunity in overtime over a daily chart. So we will see that we are just flattening on the overbought condition, which means a market has a good momentum. So any pullback to oversold condition, that would be a great buying opportunity, I should say. We had pretty nice surge to the upside, so still looking for more to come, especially when we are getting to the December timeframe. After this surge, any pullback could be very, very healthy for the market. And I should say 4,400 could be your threshold for the corrective move. Moving on to Nasdaq, which is kind of like a stronger a shooting a star on top. This is kind of like a topping tail. We got above this pivotal point and market just sold off sharply coming down. So for Nasdaq, as long as we are above this consolidation period, which is above a 15,000, I should say we should be fine. So any pullback to this 15,400, I should say that's going to be one scenario, but the deeper corrective move can go all the way down to 15,200, and 15,200-ish could be kind of like the bottoming formation for the corrective move, and we are just getting ready for another bounce. Possible scenario is going to be a surge to some higher level, which is 16,351. That's going to be a first target that I have. The second one is going to be 17,300. So we will see how it goes with Nasdaq. Moving on to US 30, which ended up positive today. So this means money is getting into heavy duty stocks, and that these heavy value stocks should outperform market better during this corrective move, because we had a pretty nice surge to the upside for the Dow. Dow is getting to important pivotal point, which is 34,900 to 35,200. So this area, this is small supply area or pivotal point, can give us market hiccups or kind of like pull back to this area, to middle of this wide range bar, I should say, 34,600. We can see some kind of like the bottoming phase for the Dow Jones. So I should say Dow can outperform the other indexes during this corrective move. And also I should say Dow can outperform the rest of the market in the rest of the year. So we can hit new all-time high for Dow Jones. Remember, lots of people were talking about like a death cross or something for Dow Jones, which is pretty, I should say, naive analysis. So moving averages are not reliable tools, folks. Don't pay attention to those stuff. They're just for novice traders, nothing more. Moving on to gold, we had kind of like a very, very easy day today. So after last 2 days surge, we got into 1970, and then coming back down. So Gold still can do some choppy consolidation here, but I should say any consolidation can make a B wave for another C wave to the upside. So we need to get above this 2005, 2010 to resumption this rally. So if we get above this pivotal point, I should say this is the bottom, and we should see another great move to the upside. Lots of people are saying this is the bottom, and some people are saying this can be just the beginning of the next sell-off phase. I'm not sure about either, but I'm just going day by day. I noticed that after this surge, we need to have a pullback. And sure enough, we had a pullback. I'm not sure if we get another deeper corrective move to 1907 to 1970, 1930. But if we get to 1907, 1907, that would be kind of like the bottoming scenario for gold. And based on my analysis in lots of gold miners, I should say gold and gold miners are in a very, very important pivotal point, and we should see the bottom is there. Moving on to crude, which we had like a 150 points to the downside. Crude is getting back to the downside. There was no surprise. I just warn you folks, don't fool yourself with this rally, because crude can get a deeper corrective move to 72 to 73. Right now it's at 77. So that magical number can hit the price down to 71 to 72. So we'll see how it goes with crude. Lots of, I should say, downside is coming. Still, correction is not finished for crude. Just be mindful on that one. Moving on to individual names, starting with yield. The yield had an uptick today. So it was kind of like interesting to see how it reacts to yesterday sharp sell-off. Still looking for kind of like a bear flag or consolidation in this area. Then we can see another sharp sell-off to 5.50% to the downside. So that's going to be interesting to see how yield is going to react. Moving on to treasuries, which we have a downtick for treasuries, still doing like inverse correlation with yield in this channeling formation. And we can see another surge, I should say, for treasuries to 91 to 93, even 94. That could be a possible scenario. But after that, I'm not sure how we're going to move on with treasuries. Right now, we are just hitting the bottom somewhere around 82 to 83 weeks. Just at a pause day today, so nothing spectacular. 2 points, actually 2 cents to the upside. Nothing bad, nothing good, just a forming bottom. Dixie, after this sharp sell-off yesterday, it goes to this demand area, which is kind of like a small demand area, I should say. And we can see another possible scenario is going to be 105, and then sharp sell-off to 102. So that's going to be the roadmap, I believe, for Dixie is going to happen next few days or weeks. Moving on to technology sector, starting with a magma indicator. So this one is coming down, and we were expecting about this price is coming down. I'm not sure if this is going to be the beginning of the corrective move, but if it initiates the corrective move, it can go all the way down to 1100 or even lower. It can go down to 1006. And that would be kind of like the scenario for magma indicator. Moving on to Apple. Apple just had a doji bar in this important. Let me just bring the rectangular here. Yeah. So 188 to 190, as I said, it's going to be a top information. This is important level. Apple is coming down. The next scenario is going to be 178 to 182. That could be kind of like the potential corrective move and corrective bottom. Amazon sharp sell-off today. So engulfing, this means we are having more downside to go. So 133, 137 is coming down the road. Meta, the same. Engulfing happened just on the top. So we can go all the way down to 310, I should say 311. That could be a potential scenario for a short-term target. Microsoft 60 cents down, still above this white range bar, but if we get below this, I should say any pullback could be a sell all the way to 340 to 349. So that's going to be a possible scenario for Microsoft. Google, $1 up today. So nothing bad, nothing good. Google is just hitting this gap fill. So still, if it consolidates here, it can go higher. Actually, it's kind of like a diverging from the rest of the market. Netflix, a nice surge to the upside. After yesterday doji, I thought that Netflix is kind of like an early signal for the downside, but today we just got into this middle of this wide range bar, which is kind of like a bullish. Tesla, another 2% up. Not a bad price action. It goes to this wide range bar and reject that. Tesla still, it can go to 250 to 255, another surge, and then that would be it. So I should say, if you see Tesla is getting back to 250, 255, that could be kind of like the scenario for another rollover to the downside. Moving on to SMH, which is semiconductor index. This one after hours, it goes lower, 160. I should say this is the top, at least intermediate top for the semiconductor stocks. $3.69. The same pattern goes to this pivotal point, doji bar, intermediate top. It can go all the way down to backtest, even within this wide range bar, middle of this wide range bar, 484, 484, 485, 490, that could be the possible scenario. Taiwan Semiconductor coming down 11 cents down. AMD, $1.88 down. Look at AMD. It just hit my target 122 and then coming down. Pretty nice when you see your levels met and then reversal is happening. So it can go to 111, at least for the short term. NVIDIA coming down as well. So NVIDIA got above this area. So a potential new all-time high. Let me see NVIDIA. What was the price today? So the high actually was 499.60, which is not new all-time high. Actually, this is a 502. So NVIDIA didn't hit new all-time high, but pretty close to this double top. And we can see kind of like a pullback to this area, which is 450, 460 is coming down the road. Texas Instrument, a good surge to the upside. So this one is kind of like getting to the upside, 151. After hours, it goes lower just a bit, 87 cents. Semiconductors just hit after hours. All of them. Lam Research, $2.98 up, but this one is getting to this pivotal point, can go lower as well. So moving on to financials, which perform better. So that's why Dow is positive, actually was positive today. So look at this trend line here. Financials, we got above this trend line. This is kind of like a typical when you see this bull flag prior this trend line, there should be some bullish action down the road. And sure enough, we just gapped up above this going up. We got into this important pivotal point. I should say any pullback could be kind of like a buying opportunity for next rally. So just be mindful on that one as well. Moving on to KBE, which is a large cap bank ETF. So this one is getting to this pivotal point, still strong. This one can go to $40.81. KRE, 61 cents up. Not a bad price action. Get to this pivotal point. Can go higher to $49, $48. JP Morgan dollar, 30 cents up. Not a bad price action. It goes to strong resistance here, especially this demand, this supply area. So if it goes there above 152, make sure if you're long, consider some targets and take profits as well. Goldman Sachs, $1.12 down. This is the first one reversal happening within the banking sector. Bank of America, 40 cents up. Not a bad price action at all. Wells Fargo, 78 cents up. Not a bad price action. Getting close to this supply area and this pivotal point. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to gold miners. I should say gold miners are doing good. So after yesterday reversal, I should say gold miners, all of them, a pretty nice pattern here above this trend line. So if it stays above this previous low, GDX, this one can go all the way up to here. So I'm pretty positive about this. If we get above $30.12, we should see some bullish action is coming for gold miners. GDXJ, 26 cents down. Not a bad price action. Still hold up this pattern as well. Look at the pattern. They're all similar. AEM. Again, reverse head and shoulder here. We need to get above $51. Newmont, positive today. So Newmont is kind of like diverging with the other gold miners. Not a similar pattern to the others, compared to the others, but good price action today. So we got a 28 cents up. We will take it. Franco-Nevada, $1.19 up. So this one still kind of like a forming the bottom information ending diagonal. This is a multi-months bottom here, so we should see some kind of like a bullish action coming down the road. Gold barrick 10 cents down, nothing spectacular. Still needs to get back above $17.15. Then it paves its way all the way to $18.97 to $19.79. So we will see how it goes with these names. I should say gold miners can have a positive days down the road. Moving on to the last sector, XLE, which is a energy spider. This one shooting a star, I should say. More lower targets are coming. XOP is coming. XOP up as well, but look at the topping tail here, 16 cents up. OH, $5.15 down. Exxon, 63 cents down. Chevron, 51 cents up. And also, yeah, so that was it. So if you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.